Daily Pay is a suite of digital products that teaches you how to market and do digital marketing. So it is in four different, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Let me grab this. Four different price points for you to, for any budget. So if you're looking at, jumping in with just a starter pack, just getting started and wanting to just see what it's about to get your feet wet kind of thing, then the $50 pack is great. Otherwise, there's 150, 300, and 600. And if you purchase the 600, obviously, like that's a bigger product, more information. That's going to have more knowledge and more teaching than the $50 package does. And with the $600 package, you have all the resale rights. You get 100% of the profit when you sell it, when you resell it, and it is a potential of making 219,000 per year. So it's um, definitely a plethora of information, but with the ability to resell it, you can learn all of the digital marketing and all the information while you're earning because you are reselling it for 100%. So like other affiliate programs, they take percentages or they have other people to pay. You're getting paid a few days later because there's a percentage that you get paid that the brands and all the things have to share with the blueprint. It is 100% commission and it comes right to you. There is no tech skills that are needed because the company has obviously created the digital product for us. So there's, no learning curve there. And then there is the website that they create from us for us. And it is a $39 fee or a 59 depending on what package you get, but that fee goes to them to create the website for you. You pay 59 for the $600 package because it's more, there's more on the website itself, more information, and so you pay a little bit more, but that's it. There's no upsells, there's no monthly fees, there's nothing after that. If you choose to purchase a domain, you can. I paid $1.99 for like a specific domain, a domain name, like a .com, a .info, whatever it is. So you can choose to do that. That's, it for the fees and the monthlies. So if you're just tuning in, let me know where you're coming in from, what you're up to on this Saturday. I just wanted to hop on here, just talk a little bit about Daily Pay and answer any questions live if anybody has any, and also talk about the teenagers because I have three of them and one of them just went off to college, and I've been looking for a way to make money from home. And I had talked earlier about like getting a part-time job. So, I got one going to college. I got one that's about to go to college next year, about to graduate. He's a senior. And then I have one that just started high school. So, and he's into all the sports and doing all the things. And so it's such a juggle, this point in life when, as a mom, as a parent, being able to juggle all the things that are going on and then being able to afford them. And so I was looking for a part-time job, and it really it pissed me off. The thought of going out and getting a part-time job, which primarily happens on nights, weekends, holidays, because I do have a full-time job. And so if I'm going to be out doing whatever it is, making, $15 an hour, that's robbing me of the time that I can spend, watching my son's sports or spending time with them, the family, and, period in general. So it just really kind of pissed me off. So I've been on a mission to try to find a way to create income from home and do it online and do it without sacrificing a ton of hours per day or per week to try to make it happen. And so that's when I came across the blueprint with Daily Pay, because it's exactly that. We encourage a 2-hour workday. And then that's it. If you do over the 2 hours, that's obviously up to you. But we try to encourage that because we are a community of people who don't believe in the hustle. It's like anti-grind situation because it's just not fun. Like the hustle culture is kind of it's getting outdated, where everybody was just like, the more I can work, the more money I can make, like the more I have value in this world and to my family and whatever. And it's really not the case anymore. Like, people are realizing that, time is the thing that, you can't get back. And so if you can buy your time back in some way, obviously not the past, but in your future, if you can create an income or even replace your income and buy your future back and use that time to make memories with your family, use that time to do all the things that you want to do travel, all the things, then that means more than just being, in the hustle. And so that was one of the things that attracted me, was a 2-hour workday, because it's just, um, that's not where I want to be. Like, I don't want to be working my full-time job and then getting off and going to another job or doing more hours online than I need to. And so, like I said, the 2-hour workday was super. The blueprints themselves teach you how to do the digital marketing. And so that's great too, because, everything revolves around marketing these days. And so to be able to do it online and in the online world, even brick and mortar businesses and physical businesses are looking to learn how to do this online. So the blueprint itself is meant for anybody, anybody who wants to learn marketing, who has a business, who has a product, a service, anything, that they have to promote. Online is the place to be, and the blueprint teaches them to do that. So again, in the the 6-figure blueprint community, it's the best of all worlds, because you didn't have to create it and you can promote it and then get 100% profit from promoting it and selling it. And then you're learning the digital marketing while you're earning, because you're selling it. The another thing that was awesome for me was the no tech skills, because as you can see, I had some issues this morning with tech, and so that's not my strong suit, and I didn't want it to be either. Like, I didn't want to sit and learn hours and hours of tech and how to create a website and how to build sales pages and funnels, and then the emails, the copyright that goes into each of the funnels, and all linking it all in, all of the things. Like, there's so many things to think about. I just had a conversation with someone the other day that, she has a ton of ideas that she wants to like get out there to the world, but just the start is stopping her, because she doesn't know where to start. It's also overwhelming to think about getting all of these thoughts down on paper to get them into like a course or a webinar or whatever it is. But then, to get to that point, there's so many steps in between. So you're building your website for people to land on your sales page. You're building your funnels, you're creating the emails and the words that go in the funnels, to keep your people interested or to intrigue them for more information to join whatever it is, the course, the webinar, whatever. And so it's so overwhelming. And it's so sad to see that, that people do have a skill or some knowledge or just, something amazing to share with the world, and they can't or they don't because there's just no way to get it out. And of course she didn't want to spend any money. So she didn't want to hire anybody. She didn't want to, start out with a bunch of fees and bills, just right out the gate. She just wanted to, I guess, do it organically, but there's a lot, in between you and the finished product. So that's, again, the tech skills was definitely one that sold me, because like I struggled for so many years wanting to do something online, making some money, doing the things, but I didn't have a message to put into a course or a product or whatever it was, a webinar. And so that's what was stopping me, because I was like, I would love to be able to learn how to digital market, but I don't have a digital product to promote. And so this was like all of the things for me. The community. So we have the digital product, which is the 4 that I showed you before, the 4 different products and the different price points. So it's good for anybody's budget. And then aside from that, on top of that, because there's learning in there, that's how you learn the digital marketing. Aside from that, there is the community. So we have over, I think it's like 3,500 in the community right now. And it is a platform that has more learning, and it keeps you up to date with the actual learning itself. So when TikTok and when algorithms and things change online with the marketing, then there's information in there that's keeping up with that. So there's that. And then there's training with mindset, getting your mindset right. Like getting into the online space is like a whole world in itself. So if you have watched any of my videos, you know that I have a fear of public speaking. And so like just getting in front of a camera and just making the videos was like a huge deal for me. So 6 months ago, I would have never even imagined that this is where I would be and this is what I'd be doing. But I'm loving like every minute of it. But there is, that mindset that you're trying to overcome, that you're trying to, just like feel the fear and do it anyways, just kind of do it, because at the end of the day, like, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? And what do you want to sacrifice to be able to, to quit your job or whatever? Like, staying in the job is costing more than, finding a way to earn income aside from your job or replacing your income, whatever it is. So the community is huge. The learning, the mindset, also helping to find your perfect customer. So that's a big deal when you're in the sea of billions of people online, and you're digging through social media. Like, you want to be able to talk to your specific person, and you want to connect with that person, whoever that is for you. And everybody has a different person that they're talking to. So there's a lot of training around trying to find your perfect your perfect customer, your perfect person, the good match that you're trying to match with. So mindset and perfect customer and all the things, and it's a continuous learning. And we also get daily videos that allow us to, actually provide us with the content for the day. So, if you're thinking, oh, well, I would love to make videos, but posting a few videos per day sounds like a lot of work, sounds like a lot of creativity that I just don't have on a daily because my job is sucking the fucking life out of me, then these videos are perfect. They're 10-minute videos usually. And it's a little bit of like learning, a little bit of training, a little bit of mindset, something. And then it will have 3 ideas for you to make content around. So the content can be on any platform that you choose, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. I mean, the possibilities are endless these days. So the blueprint will teach you how to do all of the marketing on those platforms. But as far as the content, the content is laid out there for you. So it's really like it's a business in a box. Like there's no thought. So again, for me, it was like it would checked all the boxes. Like, you really, I mean, yes, you have to, you have to physically do the things. Like it's a simple business. In the aspect that all of the things are provided for you. There's really nothing that you have to do. Except, make the videos, make the content, do the things. But it's a business in a box. Like it's ready to go. And, once you get your website back from the company that creates it for you, it is ready. Like you're ready to make money. Like you're ready to do the things. So again, it's a simple business. It's a simple concept, but it is, it's not easy. Like it's not just gonna, you're not going to be a millionaire overnight. It's not just a get rich quick. You're not just going to like lay in your bed eating Cheetos and, the money's just going to be like rolling in without you putting in effort. So, the misconception with, a lot of people when they say things like, it's so easy to, to do it, like it just comes, it just flows. And for some people it does. Like in our community, we've had several people who right out of the gate have started making money. Some people had followers, like they had a network maybe from like an MLM company or a network marketing company. So they had people, and then some people didn't. Like some people were brand new to social media, period. And so it's a variety of people within the community, but we all have the same goal. We all have the same direction that we're moving. We're all like-minded. And so having the community with people like that really makes a difference because you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You have so much support in there, so many friendships to be made, as well as, like I said, the extra layer of training, which is amazing when it's, when you feel like, you've hit a block in whatever it is that you've, whether it's, your videos or your marketing or your message or your actual funnels or whatever it is, like there's always someone to answer a question. Um, like I said before, there is no upsells, there's no monthly fees, there's no extras once you purchase the product, and it is 100% commission. So 100% profit on the product that you purchase, that you sell, 100% profit. And there's no revenue sharing with anybody. There's no getting people. So like, in the network marketing space, when you get somebody, you get paid off that person, but then the um, people that they get, you also get a percentage, and it kind of trickles its way up, which is why a lot of network marketing associates, when they start, the money to be made is so small up front because everyone, up the line is getting paid. So in our situation with our community, it's a community because it's a people of it's a community, it's people of that have like-minded goals. So we're a community, but nobody is getting paid off each other, unlike a reoccurring situation. Like when someone purchases a blueprint from me, I get paid. But the people that they bring on, they get paid 100% of what they sell. I don't get anything after that. So in the community, people just help people just for the love of helping people. So there's no financial gain. There's just like creating winners. Like everybody just wants to create winners, and they just want to see everybody win. So it's like the best of all worlds. So to find a space like that in the online community, in the online space, is kind of rough because a lot of times people are just out to make money for themselves. They're out to get gain for themselves. And I understand it. Like it's not like it's I don't look at that as a bad thing because we're all struggling out here. Like, toilet paper, I just posted something the other day, it's like $30 for a pack. Like, why do we have to pay so much to just wipe our ass? Shit's expensive. And so, people are just out here struggling. And so when you're in that mindset, you're just like, I just need to make the sales because I need to pay the bills. I need to buy food. I need to pay for college. I need to, whatever it is, like I need to, and when you're in that mindset, it's so hard to help people and to be of help and service to others because you are just worried about, how you're going to pay the next bill. And again, it's not a bad thing. Like we're all just trying to do the best we can, which that's where the mindset comes in. So with the community, it really makes a difference having that mindset shift, because for a lot of community members, that shift is actually what helped them start making money and catapult their business. Because you go from like a place where you're wanting to a place where you would like to help and serve people, which then in turn, you know, helps you. You know what I mean? So, they always say that like, serving people like will always come back to you, like tithing. Like if you're donating money to things and charities, that giving will come back to you, and in other ways, but in general, in abundance. Um, so yeah, mindset is a big deal because it's just getting out of your own way and just like just get out of the way, just get out of the way and do the damn thing and focus on helping others because I truly feel that being able to have other women who are in my situation that are just struggling to pay the bill, that's just struggling for to put food on the table, struggling to to do all the things, but also may not want to stay at their job, may not want to you know, be a 9 to 5 and spend the time there when there's so many things that we can be doing, so many things that are more important than a job. So for me, that's my goal, is to quit my job. The company that I work for is not bad. It's actually an amazing company, but I feel like there's things in this world that are more important than building someone else's dream. For me, obviously, everybody's different. Not everybody wants to be a business owner and work for themselves and do the things for themselves. So that is 100% people's, their opinion and their point of views. And so, again, this might not be for everybody. But for, the ladies who are like, I want to be able to pay for my kids' college, but I also want to be able to travel and I want to be able to make memories with them before they go off and do their thing as an adult. For those people, like this is a big deal, like being able to build this just for a couple hours a day while you are working in your full-time job or whatever. And then being able to build it and grow it into and scale it into whatever it is that you want it to be. So I got my train of thought, but if you're just popping in, let me know where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from, what you're doing on this Saturday. And yeah, let me know what you, if you have any questions or if you are, interested about any, or if you just want to talk about like the teens and, the teenagers and raising teenagers, because I am down for that. I have 3 teenagers and they're all so different and they all come with their own personalities, to say it in a better light. So it is, it's quite interesting. Like it's this phase of life. So being in, my 40s and navigating the whole midlife situation and then dealing with the kids. And I got one that just went off to college. So I'm like dealing with that, that separation, and realizing like they're adults, and just kind of, I was thinking the other day, like, they're, she's 19. And so just like the things that she's doing, I was doing too. And so it's not a bad thing to sever, to let out the reins a little bit because they're going to do what they need to do and they're going to be okay. And it's so, I think our generation, it's so hard because we didn't have that. We didn't have that coddling. Like we were like, making dinner at, 5 years old. We didn't have the coddling. And so I think for us, we overcompensate. This generation, we kind of overcompensate as parents. We're on the Life 360 app, just tracking the kids wherever they're at and doing the things. And there is no coming in by street lights because curfew's actually at 8 o'clock. Those kind of things. Because we're just overcompensating for the actual childhood that we, knew and, grew up too fast in. So if anybody agrees with that, let me know because I feel like that is well, what are we, Gen X? So I'm a Gen X / Zennial / elder millennial kind of, right in there. So like it varies on, who you're talking to, like the take people have. But I think having teenagers is like, these little adults, and it's so interesting watching them turn into adults because it feels like, 1 minute they're, you know, in elementary school, they're, you're like wiping their ass for them, and then the next minute they're like jobs and cars and girlfriends. And my son just got a girlfriend the other day for the first time. He's 17. And so he just got a girlfriend for the first time because he's been, kind of academic, whatever. And so, in my mind, I'm like reliving all of the things that I did, when I was his age and like with the, having a boyfriend, all the things. And I'm like, woof, not ready for it. I'm just so not ready for this situation because it came out of nowhere. I'm like, where's my baby at? Like, this isn't fair, but it's a part of life. Like, again, at that age, I had moved across the country. I had, been on my own, living on my own, doing my own thing for so long. And I think, again, that's the generation that we live in. Like, we were just independent from the womb. Like, we just came out like, where's the car keys? Let me do the shit. But I think that it's so hard to digest that when you're watching the kids, um, watching them grow. So yeah, so if you are, popping in, let me know where you're coming from, what you're doing on Saturday. I am getting ready to go out to watch my son's volleyball game. And so it is going to be a productive Saturday. But again, I popped on here to talk about daily pay and the six figure blueprint. So if you're interested, freedomwithcheyenne.com. And if you came in here and you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to answer. Um, but yeah, if you have any feedback about teenagers, I have my oldest is a girl, which she, yeah, we're going through some stuff. Like she's got the sass probably that I had. She's got the independence. So I'm giving her space. She just went to college. So I'm like, here's your space. Like, have it, do what you got to do. We'll meet back when you're ready, and like ready to be, you know, mother daughter again. You're ready to not have the sassy face. And then my next two are boys. And so it's been so much easier with them because they just are like, there's no, I don't have a lot of drama. They're not, one of them's in sports and the other one's more like academic, but like, I don't have to worry, about what I'm going to say. Like with my daughter, I'm worried about what I'm going to say because if I respond in a way that she doesn't like, I, you know, I will get a bunch of like word vomiting that is not, it's not it's not something I want to hear, and it's kind of triggering. But again, I think it's like it's a woman thing. It's coming into age thing, but it's also a thing where I think I was probably similar, and so it's it's just karma coming back to get me. But yeah, so again, daily pay is digital products that you can resell for 100% profit. They range between 50, 150, 300, and $600. So it fits any budget. And again, you get the 100% profit when you resell it. It teaches you how to market on any platform. Obviously, the $600 package is going to have more information, more teachings than the $50 package. But with the $600 package, you have learnings on how to create your own digital product if that's what you want to do, or if you want to become an affiliate marketer with bigger brands and products and services and things, and do outside of the daily pay community. So there's those teachings as well. So there's a plethora, like there's a lot in there. But the good part about the products and the community is that while you are digesting that and while you're getting that information into your head, you can also be promoting it to make money. So you're learning and earning. Which again, for me, I've said this a couple times, the 2-hour workday, the learn and earn, the no tech skills required, the community and the support, it was all like, it checked all the boxes and it was all exactly what I was looking for in this stage, right? So like, it's one of those where, you get started and it's kind of a launch pad, of like just getting your foot in the door, but making money. So if you're struggling and you're like, I just need to pay the bills, I just need to make money right away, I don't have time for the learning curve, I don't have time to learn how to create a website and the funnels and all the things. And it's got no monthly fees. And in the autoresponder that we use for the automations doesn't have, it's free. It doesn't have fees either. So like with ClickFunnels, you might have to pay a monthly fee in order to use those. Or Stand Store, where you have the different, your different platforms and your different links and whatever. We use Linktree, which is free. So like there's no cost outside of the actual blueprint when you purchase. So if you, I just completely lost my train of thought. But it's a launch pad. So like if you're thinking, down the road, I would love to create a product. I have knowledge in gardening or whatever. I have knowledge in gardening and I would love to teach that. I would love to share that information. Again, the blueprint will teach you how to create the digital product and then how to market it and how to do all the things in order to monetize that. And so that's a big deal because, that's where we're headed. Like it was, I forgot who put it out, but it said like digital marketing was going to be number 3 ways to earn money for the next, I think it's 2024 or whatever, 2023, 2024. So, this is it. Like this is the future that we're heading into. All of your brick and mortar physical businesses are moving to online. Like that I get frustrated when I see a business or restaurant or whatever it is, and I was like, oh, I want to check them out. I want to know what they're about. What's the deal? What's the menu like? It's so frustrating when you Google them. You're on the Googler and you're like, hey, want to know what this restaurant's about, and they have no website. Like, who doesn't have a website this day and age? So they have no website. Some of them may have just a Facebook page with like minimal information, with no menu. Like, who are you and how are you even like surviving? So it's those kind of things too. Which, on that topic, we do have a separate situation from our community, our the blueprints that we resell. We have a separate situation that is also, that's like, it's called Digital Growth Membership. And so that situation was just launched not too long ago, but that is for business owners, online or offline, who don't want to purchase the blueprint. They don't want to, do all of the learning from scratch, but they want an opportunity to like network with other business owners and, learn some more things. Like, they'll get the 10-minute video each day about content and about mindset and the things. Like, they have their own kind of learning that's more just straightforward to businesses, not necessarily for the blueprints and how to market them, but just straightforward to them. So that's also an option, when you're in the community and you become a part of the digital growth membership, you can promote that as well and then make reoccurring income, because obviously it's a membership, so that you would get a percentage of whatever sign up people kind of to be in the community kind of thing. But again, like I mentioned earlier, it's not a network marketing, it's not an MLM situation where it's, if you get them and they get others and grandma Susie and Aunt Mary and all these people, you got to hound your friends and family and do all the things and get everybody involved and then make your upline rich. It's not that situation in the community over there, the digital growth membership. It is bringing people in because you're promoting that community for business owners. And then you get the percentage of the people that you have introduced into the community. But that's it. Like, again, it's not a situation where you're like, chasing friends and family. And honestly, I have not promoted this on my social media, on my Facebook. I have not told my friends and family about it. I have not, um, you know, most of the people, because I've been in like the make money online space and doing all those things for so long, most of the people that I hang around with are like, they're not interested. It's like, oh, what are you doing now, kind of thing. And so I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. And so I just don't even tell them. Like, so you don't have to. Like, you can start from zero on any social media that you're doing. And honestly, that's recommended, because when you get on these platforms, the people that you want to talk to are your perfect customers. They are the people that you're talking to. And so if you have an existing following, they're probably not people that you want to be talking to, like specifically for your attraction and for your marketing. And so a lot of times it's easier just to start from zero. And they recommend that. So that's, perfect. So again, you don't even have to have a following to come in and start this, which is, was like awesome for me, because I don't, prior to this, I have a fear of public speaking. So I didn't post on social media. I was more of like a lurker. Like, I was just a Facebook stalker, TikTok stalker, didn't even comment. Like, I had none of that, because again, it was just not something that I felt like I had anything valuable to say. So from there to here, like being able to like talk in front of the camera, which all of that takes practice, like the public speaking and all that. And I'm here for it though. Like, I am absolutely ready to grow, because my situation is not going to change. My financial situation is not going to change if I don't change. Like, whatever I was doing was not working. It was not making me happy. It was not doing the things that I want to do. I want to be able to replace my income. I want to be able to make much more so that I can travel and I can bring my kids with and make memories with them. I am newly separated from my husband, about 6 months. And so it's, navigating that life as well, just kind of navigating the splitting of the incomes and the splitting of all the things, and just the grieving process that happens when you're when you're doing that. And so I just knew, like, again, I just got to do something different. I'm not meeting those goals where I'm at. So, or what I was doing, I'm sorry, like where I was at, I was not going to meet those goals. So again, I welcomed the growth that happens when, when you do stuff like this. It does so much to your personality as well, because I am an introvert anyways, but like, whenever I would go into a Zoom meeting, or whenever I would go into a physical meeting, whenever I would walk into the room of anywhere, a party, whatever, I would be in the back of the room. I would not say anything. I would not talk to anybody. Like, I was your classic introvert. I mean, I still am, but like, this helps with that. It really helps, and it's a quality of life, because there's so much fear and anxiety that happens when you live like that. Um, I was asked to do like a video phone call one time at work, and I literally threw my back out because my body was so tense and I was so stressed out from being on video and doing this phone call and doing the things. My back, like, I couldn't even walk the next day. Like, it wasn't just one phone call, it was several. It was a day of phone calls. So, I mean, it wasn't just one. But like, that's a horrible way to be. That's a horrible way to live. Like, having so much fear and anxiety of, like, be talking in front of people and all that stuff that you physically, can't even move the next day. That's dumb. That's just dumb. And not everybody experiences that. And for the people who do, understand where I'm coming from. It's frustrating, because it's debilitating not being able to say what you want to say when you want to say it. Like, I'm not a fan of confrontation. I'm not a fan of talking political and talking religion and things like that, because a lot of times it's not worth it. It's not worth the fight or the debate. But it's also like kind of a fear of, like, well, they're going to beat me down with the words, and I'm just not prepared for any of that. So I mean, that's a whole other like situation. That's not even like introvert, whatever. That's more like, let's just give peace a chance. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to talk about those things at the dinner table if everybody's on an extreme other end of the spectrum on whatever it is that you're talking about. Um, so yeah, there's that. That was a tangent for sure. Um, and it's one of those things too, where it's like, things are so expensive. Things are, it's just like, we just had back to school, right? We had all the back to school fees that come with back to school. Mine all went up for some reason. So I had all the fees, I had all the back to school, but then I had the school supplies. I had the shoes. I have boys, so of course they have to have the shoes. So the shoes and the clothes, and we shop at like Plato's Closet and Goodwill and things like that. Like, the kids aren't ashamed. Like, thank God, it's like a cool thing to shop at these places now. But like, we shop there, so it's not like I'm out at the mall like spending top dollar on this shit. And it's just so expensive, and it's so to feed the little buggers, like, they're just, yeah, it's so pricey. So, if you're not having some kind of side income or something going on where you're like making money outside of your job, it's a scary world to be in, because I've experienced two job losses, like layoffs and, things due to, downsizing and COVID and things like that. So like, I've experienced two of those, and they're so devastating to the family. And especially when you're living paycheck to paycheck, and, like, you can't do anything until that paycheck comes in. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. Like, it's those things where, the goal is to not live like that, right? The goal is to just like not have to check your fucking bank account when you walk into a store, or the kids are like, I need new cleats for sports, or whatever it is. Like, it's just, it's disheartening. We've spent a lot of Christmases, just kind of like, I don't want to say depressed, but just, feeling bad, because of course us, in our generation, we didn't have much, we didn't grow up with much, we didn't get much. So we want to give to our kids. We want them to have what they want. We feel almost like a failure if we can't give them what they need, for sure, and what they want. You feel like a failure as a parent. And so it's it's refreshing knowing that there's ways of making money that I don't have to go and, I physically trade time for dollars, which is, again, you're making, 15, $17 an hour. Like, what is that really at the end of, like, what kind of life is that? You're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week to just pay the bills, like just to live maybe a little outside of your paycheck to paycheck situation. So like, I don't know. And what I found, I spent more money when I worked the second job because then I'm trying to buy more food and I'm doing the things and I'm more gas and all the things. So like it's quite interesting, when you're thinking about like the cost of having a job, period. I just made a video about that. Or the cost of, I'm sorry, I got a tickle. Or a cost of having a second job. Like it's not all it crept up to be. And the memories and the time that you're going to spend away from your family, like that, you're never going to get that shit back. And that's what drives me. Like, knowing that the time left with the kids, like in this stage and the years that they have left, knowing that like soon they're going to be off to college, they're going to be, getting married, doing, adult things, you know, knowing that that's coming, like this is the time where I want to take them on vacations. I want to bring them places. I want to do things and make memories so that they can look back and be like, yeah, I mean, mom wasn't working 100 hours and we weren't struggling and whatever. We were traveling. We were doing these things. I've seen these things, because up until this point, we've really not been out of our state. Like we haven't traveled much. We haven't done much. It's enough just to get through the pay period, let alone doing any extra. So yeah, and I mean, I've been around the online space, like I said before, the making money online kind of space for so long, looking for something that fit. I've done so many network marketing and MLM uh, businesses because that's just what you do as a mom. I stayed home for a few years when they were younger, which was such a struggle. But it was worth it because, like, daycare is outrageous. So I would have had to get a job to pay for daycare. But I stayed home with them. And so, of course, um, you want to make money. And so the big thing for me in that stage was like the network marketing companies. And it was so not good for me. I'm not a salesperson. I don't like haggling with people, overcoming objections. I don't like trying to persuade people. And then, you're at your friends and your family, which I've done it, friends and family, trying to get them involved, buying stuff so you can hit different levels to get paid and all the things. I've been there. I've done that. I bought the t-shirt. I burned it. Like I can never go back. Like I know sales skills are a learned skill. Like I know people learn how to do those, but I also feel like, it's got to be in your heart too. Like it's just something you either want to do or you don't. And that's me. But people who do sales, I mean, they make tons of money. So like kudos to them. Like I'm not saying that that's a bad profession. I'm just saying it's not for me. It didn't fit me. So I've done that. I've done eBay and Amazon selling. That is pretty competitive as well. Um, in researching products and then carrying the inventory, having the money to front to purchase the inventory. I have not tried drop shipping, which is the one that I didn't do. I've looked into it a lot, but it always seemed so sketchy to me to like have a customer buy something from you, mark it up so that you can make a profit. And then, they're buying it from your website and then it's getting shipped from Wayfair or Walmart or China or wherever. And I'm thinking, how shady is that? Like how shady that they like bought from me, but they're getting it from somewhere else and they're, whatever. Like it works, people do it. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying I didn't feel comfortable doing it. I've done real estate, investing. I've learning about it, going to the meetings, the programs, all the things. I've attempted wholesaling, real estate, just to get my foot in the door. A lot of those things come with risks. I've done like Forex, NFT, and stock trading. Those things again come with risks, and you have to have money to start. So if you don't have money, then there's no launch pad for that. What else did I do? I've done, I bought courses to learn how to create digital products in the past. My biggest struggle with that was I didn't have the information, like I didn't have the knowledge, the skill, the talent, whatever it was, to share with someone to be able um, to create a digital product around that, or a webinar or a course or whatever. And so that's it. Kind of like it was the start that stopped me. I've done dating myself. I've done like surveys. I've done like making bracelets. I've stuffed envelopes, which most of those were, pretty scammy. But when you get into like that space where you're like, I need to make money, but I can't leave the house because the kids are young, blah, 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 you're limited. Back in those days. Now it's, I feel like it's a dime a dozen. Like there's so many ways to make money, but you got to find something that fits you. So I always say in my video, like, I invite you to check out like freedomwithcheyenne.com. I invite you to check it out. You'll put in your email address and you'll get an email with the blueprint information, like start to finish, really what it is. And then you decide whether it fits you or not. Like it's got to fit what you're looking for. It's got to fit your personality. It's got to be, you have to believe in it, because if you don't, then it's not going to work. All of the ways that I just mentioned, ways of making money, all work 100%. There's people in network marketing that make tons of money. It all works. It's just a matter of you working it. The network marketing is a little bit different because the prices are so high for a lot of the products, and the percentage, the commission or profit percentage is so small because there's so many people to pay. So you don't make as much money. I think it's like 25% of people in network marketing actually profit, whether that's a buck or whatever, making their money back on the product that they purchased, whatever it is. Like it's only 25% across the board. So regardless, most of these ways are legit, and you're able to make money. There's not a lot of not legit ways these days online, because there are so many legit ways to make money online. So it just depends on what fits you. Like, what are you looking for? What are your goals? What are your not wants? Because for me, that was a big deal. I did not want to, sell. I didn't want to do any kind of sales. I didn't want to bother my friends and family and people. I didn't want to like have to post on my Facebook and like get all of the people involved. I didn't want to put in a ton of hours, and I didn't want to put in a ton of learning in those hours. I didn't want to put in a ton of money. I didn't want to have monthly expenses. I wanted support. I didn't want to be alone. Like when you come to like the stock trading and the Forex trading and, even the Amazon and FBA, and the eBay, like you're alone, you're doing those things alone. So to have the support in the community, huge. I'm trying to think I didn't want to create a product. I didn't want to have to like have that whole learning curve of like, the idea to the end result, the monetizing it, and like all those things in between. I didn't want to have to deal with that, because out the gate, I just need to make money. Like I have bills, again, being newly separated, and, newly on my, on my own with bills. It is, necessary, for me to be able to make money, to make more, to increase my income. My goal is to replace my income and plus some, be able to travel and do all the things. But I need to make more money. And so it is, hard when you are, oh God, I lost my train of thought there. But if you're just joining, let me know where you're coming in from. If you have any questions, let me know. I am just popping on here this Saturday, wonderful Saturday morning, to share about daily pay, talk about teens and how crazy they are, and just share, just engage, just conversate. I don't know. I found that, and the thing about daily pay and like the six-figure blueprint, however you want to refer to it, it's called daily pay because there is no middleman. There's nobody that gets paid. You don't get a percentage of the sale, blah, blah, blah. And so like when someone buys a product from you, the digital product, when they buy it from you, you get paid daily. So if you're selling products daily, which is the goal, you're getting paid daily right into your account, whether that's a Stripe account or a PayPal or whatever it is, you're getting paid daily. So that's why we refer to it as daily pay or the six-figure blueprint, however you want to look at it. The company itself is called IPS, Infinity Processing Systems, and they've been around for about 4 years. So they actually created the digital products that we promote. So, and then our community is about a year old, a little over a year, with about 3,500 members. But we are separate from the IPS. Like, we're a community of people created by someone who purchased the product and kind of created the community. So we're not obviously that's not all of the people that have purchased IPS. They have their own, community and their own Facebook situation and all that stuff. So, so there's that. And then, what was I saying? Oh, I'm losing my train of thought. It's definitely get to be like lunchtime. Um, so the products are definitely, um, able to be promoted right out of the gate. You don't have to create your website, all that stuff. I didn't want to create any of that starting out. So, that's what I was going to say. So I had been, I don't know if anybody's into law of attraction and manifesting, all of that jazz, which I'm into. And I had been journaling, like, I want to make six figures. I want to make, 10 grand a month. But only working a couple hours a day, and minimal like learning, minimal tech, that kind of thing. I had been journaling it for a while now, and so when this came across my feed with this gal who was promoting it, I was like, it was literally a no-brainer for me, because that's exactly what I was looking for. My goal is to, like I said, make more money, do the traveling, make the memories with the kids, replace my income to be able to leave. I want to do the things that I can't do currently in my job. So, I want to travel. I want to, donate time. I want to volunteer. I want to donate money. I want to, oh gosh, there's so many things that, like, that when you sit down and you really start like thinking about, coming up with a list of all the things, the thing that sticks out most to me is making the memories with my kids. So that's like a big deal, whatever that looks like, whether that's just sitting with them on their day off of school, hanging out with them all summer long. Like, how amazing would it be to be able to like quit my job and be able to hang out with them all of their spring break, all of their summer break, all of their winter break, and not have to worry about going to the job, but still getting paid, and like getting paid more than I was making in my job. It's kind of sick to think about the money that I do make. Like I said, my company is amazing. It's not my company, but the 160 hours that I give to my company per month, that is has not been very good for my health, because I do sit at a computer all day, and so it's not been very good for my health. I've been very sedentary. So the fact that I give all that time, to the company to build someone else's dream, and I am so tired and exhausted and brain dead by the end of the day that there's not much left of me to give to anybody else. And so just to think that 160 of those hours a month that I give to my job, just to make enough to like eke by, like just eke by, like nobody is, we're not living La Vida Loca. Like, it's just paying the bills. And so that's frustrating to think about, just not being able to get ahead. I mean, I have some savings, that I put away for like Christmas times and big events, but when you're living paycheck to paycheck, that shit's not easy. It's not easy putting money away for all the things that could come up. We own a home, we have cars, we have, all the things that require maintenance, that require money when shit breaks, so it's like, it's just, kind of frustrating again when, you're just in this rat race of like working the 9 to 5, exhausted, tired, just over broke in your job. And, you don't have much bandwidth for anything else. And, and you're just stuck there. And so I feel like for me, and everybody's different, because not everybody is wants to be an entrepreneur or business owner. But for me, I think there's more to life than what we're doing, than what I'm doing. I think there's more to give. I think there's more to enjoy. I think there is things out there that I want to do or see before I die. And it is not going to happen living the situation that I'm currently living, doing the things that I'm doing. And picking up a second job is not going to solve that problem, because now you're looking at putting more hours out. Um, and more expenses. When you get a second job, you got more fuel costs and clothes or whatever you got to do to maintain that job. But not only are you putting out more hours, but you're not going to be able to take time off to go anywhere or do anything, because if you do, you're going to be too exhausted to do it anyways. So it's they always talk about how taking a vacation from your vacation, because we just struggle all week long just to just to get to work and do the things at work, that when we're off, like on the weekend, it's so hard to even have the energy to want to do anything, because you're so tired, physically, mentally exhausted. And the same thing with vacation, you're trying to jam all this shit in 1 week because that's all you got. And you want to get the most bang for your buck, but by the end of it, you're so fucking exhausted. I would just love to be able to go sit on a poolside somewhere drinking a frozen bev, or even just a beach. I mean, honestly, I would just love a forest, just hugging a fucking tree. I'm not picky. I'm not talking about I need to be at Paris pronto, and I just want to see all of these exotic places. It's not even about that. It's about just not having that regret when you are old on your deathbed, just thinking back on your life, the time that you spent doing things that aren't important. Making money is important. You have to do that to live, but there is other places, other ways of making money that that I think are worth checking out, worth putting in the due diligence and the research for, because it's the only way to get out of the situation that